سلام دوستان، خیلی خوشمند بیایید دیگه. دوستان توی این ویدیو قرار که یکی از لایوهای اندروتیت رو با هم نگاه کنیم که توش پلیسا ریختن تو خونش و دستگیرش کردن. اگه هم دوستای این ویدیو رو با ترجمه فارسی نگاه کنین تا آخر ویدیو با من همراه باش.
Gentlemen, glad to be speaking to you this evening. Could have very easily gone a different way. Unfortunately, we do not have our normal Mr. Producer capabilities, as they've once again gutted our studio, took all of our cameras, took all of our expensive equipment, which is what they typically and normally do when they come in here. They try and steal as much wealth as possible. So we've had to put this together on the fly. We want to explain to you the absurdity of this new file that's been launched against us. You have 3 lives. The first life is they attempt to cancel you and delete you everywhere, but the matrix is broken, and that's no longer easy to do. I made it very clear when I was first canceled that they overplayed their power hand, which was mass cancellation, and all it takes is one man. If one man can be more relevant after a cancellation as to how he was before, nobody will be afraid of being canceled anymore, and people will start to say the truth. I believe my brother and I, although we've suffered tremendously, have been at the forefront of charging at the gunfire and suffering detriment to our personal lives to damage the matrix in real time. Cancellation no longer works. The second life is they try and put you in jail for something you did not do. I warned everybody at home they were going to do this to us before our first arrest. 3 years later, they are still trying. Third life is they kill you. Very luckily, we had a very honest, fair, good judge today who saw through the garbage that we're accused of and allowed us to come home. But this battle is not over. We're in the middle of it. And we super appreciate all of your support and all of your help. So we want to very calmly explain to you the charges that they've raised against us, how unfair they are, how unfair and unsafe it is for any man to be a man in the world today, how they can accuse you of the same things they've accused us of. And we're going to try and keep you updated with our plans while we refurbish and once again buy everything and rebuild our emergency meeting studio.
You know, it's very interesting because you say the third life is they kill you. Well, we have 0 new charges against us. This is the very important thing to understand. No new charges have been raised. I haven't been charged with a single thing since a year and a half ago when they charged me with the original bullshit file, which is now falling apart. There are no new charges. Just an investigation. They're investigating us for new things. And you say the third life is then they kill you. Let me explain a way that you could very easily kill somebody. This is for everybody in my home country, the leaders, the embassies who seem to take no interest in my plight here. A very easy way to kill somebody in a righteous country like Romania would be to accuse them of a super heinous crime that other prisoners hate, and then throw him in prison. That is an assassination attempt. That's what it is. Now, I'm built different. Andrew's built different, but make no mistake, this was nothing short of an attempt on our lives. They wanted us fighting for our lives for 6, 7, 9, 12 months before we could dispel this rumor. They wanted some young, poor, righteous, I guess, in his own mind, Romanian prisoner to take care of the job of getting rid of us for them. So, first and foremost, no new charges have been raised. But they've launched another investigation. And as you know, when you're being investigated in Romania, they can lock you up. You know, I said this a few months ago, Andrew. I said they'll do anything to put us in jail. Anything besides give us a trial, find us guilty of a crime based on evidence, and give us a sentence. Anything besides that, they'll try. So this was just another attempt to put us in jail. And the idea was that the judge would play along and, you know, say there's a new investigation, see it, and be like, oh, well, this is quite a heinous investigation. But it was explained to this judge, who is a very honorable and very righteous man who made the correct decision. It was explained to him very clearly that we've already been arrested for 700 days now. We've already been to jail. We've already done house arrest. We're already on judicial control. And the important thing to note is this. In America, we have something called double jeopardy. Thank your lucky stars for that, gentlemen. It means you can't be trialed for the same crime twice. Well, this new investigation is an investigation into the original false accusers again. But what they've done is they've seasoned it up. They've sprinkled a bunch of new victims into this investigation to say it's something new and entirely different. If this were in the United States, if this investigation and my current charges went forward to trial, it would be very confusing because it's a trial on the same bullshit false accusation facts. One is just seasoned a bit more with more fake accusations. So if you want to go into what these accusations in our new investigation are, since we have no charges, you can, but make no mistake, it is an assassination attempt to slander a man's name and say that he harms minors and to throw him into a jail. I noticed we weren't in our regular jail as well. No, we were in a jail in Sector 5, the poorest, most rundown area of Bucharest. Very interesting that they decided to move us at the last minute after arriving at our initial jail to Sector 5 jail. That is incredibly, coincidental, cosmic almost. But nothing short of an assassination attempt. My governments are not interested in that, obviously. Why would you be? I mean, my government hates me. But I would not want to go to any prison in the world, especially in a righteous Christian country, accused of the bullshit that they've now come up with.
Yeah, so let's run all this down. Let's run it all back, gentlemen. Nobody is safe from the government. Nobody. And I want to make it also very clear that all of the arresting officers, the officers who came into the house, most of them are good people who said to us, we know you've done nothing wrong. You've just made somebody mad and we have to do our job.
Yeah. The guys at the prison also, good guys.
The guys at the prison, good guys. The officers with guns were good guys. It's DCOT who are corrupt.
The judge is good guys.
The judge was a good guy. It's these DCOT officers which are corrupt.
There's 3 of them.
So what we are accused of is money laundering and human trafficking. Their plan, their thesis, is that we human traffic girls via the loverboy method. So we don't hit anyone, we don't hurt anyone, there's no proof of us ever being mean. In fact, there's only proof of us being very nice and very charming and flirting with girls. Ooh, we flirted.
Guilty as charged.
Flirting with girls. Then what we do is either convince them to do TikTok for money, or for most of these girls who have never even done TikTok, it's our plan to maybe make them do TikTok later.
In the future.
So please understand, they found girls who we flirted with and dated who have never done any webcam, never done any TikTok, nothing.
No OnlyFans, nothing.
0. And they've said, well, he spoke to you for 5 years and dated you for 5 years because he intends to one day traffic you. And they've labeled them as victims. Please, let me ask you at home. Do you have a girl that you talk to or flirt with? Because if so, according to this law they're trying to hit us with, you're a human trafficker.
Because you could.
Because you could in future, one day.
But after being nice,
somehow a human trafficker. So, you're all guilty. Everybody is as guilty as we are. Then even more crazy, they found evidence of us buying our baby mothers cars or giving our baby mothers money or buying a present for a girlfriend 5-6 years ago.
Or a friend.
Buying
expensive things.
Buying handbags, etc. And they're saying, look, you take all this money and you buy expensive things for other people because you don't want expensive things in your name because you're trying to hide your money. So that is money laundering. So if you buy anybody a present, it is money laundering. If you flirt with a girl, even if you barely know her or see her sometimes, it is human trafficking.
Yeah.
And that's what they've tried to do to us.
And let's not dismiss, let's not get away with it because there's going to be a lot of questions. Attempted trafficking of a minor. Interesting. So, there are 33 new people. 33 new people. Now, they include my yoga instructor. They include a waitress at my favorite restaurant. They include the mother of my daughter, because I'm nice to her.
بچه قبل این لایو اندرو و تریستان تو زندان بودن و اینجا تازه از زندان آزاد شدن که تو این لایو درباره اتهاماتی که بهشون زده شده صحبت میکنن که یهو پلیس میاد به خونشون و دستگیرشون میکنه.
Maybe I'm trying to human traffic her. They include every woman they could get their hands on to interview. All of these women have said the Tate brothers have done nothing wrong at all, but because we know them, it's attempted trafficking. Now, the oldest woman, I can't say anybody's names. You know which one I mean.
Yeah.
She's 45 years old. is the oldest woman who is now our human trafficking victim. She's a successful businesswoman. She lives in Romania. I've met her maybe 10 times in my life. Lovely lady. Had lots of nice times with her. Gone out to restaurants with her. Very smart woman. I like speaking to her. But because I like speaking to her, I'm a potential human trafficker. So that's the victim who's 45 years of age. One of the victims is 24 years of age. But she said in her statement that she met us for the first time at a public hotel reception through a friend when she was 17 years of age. So when she was 17, because I said hi to her and I know her, I'm attempting to traffic minors. You can't make this up. But the accusation makes it sound like I'm driving around in the van throwing children into the back, and then they throw me into one of the most dangerous prisons in all of Bucharest. Isn't that interesting, Andrew? So that is the new charge summed up to a T. To understand, sorry, not new charge, new accusation. Charges need some kind of fake evidence at least. These might not even become charges. We are charged with nothing new, and every accusation against us, from money laundering to trafficking anybody, is false. Every single one. But they've seasoned this new file up with every woman I've ever met. And this is the heinous thing. And I'm going to cover this very briefly. The heinous thing about it is, you're not allowed to speak to people who you are accused of doing crimes against. Isn't that correct? That's very correct. And that's a good law in most countries where the investigating agents are not corrupt, dishonest opportunists. In a world where the investigative agents aren't corrupt opportunists, it's perfectly normal to say, do not speak to your victims. Let me tell you a lover boy method I did once. You'll like this. I met a girl.
Okay.
I fell in love.
Shit.
For real.
That's the ultimate lover boy.
Slept with her.
Whoa!
Got her pregnant. Told her I'll be with her and support her and the baby no matter what happens between us because I'm a good Christian man.
You scumbag.
The baby was born. This child is now 4 years old.
Disgusting.
I love my daughter.
Disgusting.
I respect this woman very much.
Gay.
I spend hundreds of thousands a year buying her new cars.
Gay.
Everything she needs for the baby.
Gay.
Sending her on holidays.
Human trafficker.
She flies on private jets.
Yeah, you're a faggot.
That was all done because maybe I was going to exploit her somehow. So, I'm now not allowed to talk to my own daughter and her mother. This file may take 3+ years, and they've successfully stolen my daughter from me. They've stolen her from me, and she will not see my face for 3 more years until I can bury this bullshit accusation. They've cut me off from my own blood, my own child, by saying me being so nice to her mother is going to end up human trafficking.
How dare you be nice to a woman and then take care of her and have children with her? How dare you? That's disgusting.
Yeah, so one of the new victims is the mother of my daughter, and I'm not allowed to talk to them. Isn't that cruel? Isn't that a knife in the back from a country I've shown nothing but respect for? And my daughter is a Romanian national. Let's just steal her father from her. That's a great idea.
These people know what they're doing, and
They know what they're doing.
and they know their accusations are false, and the process is to punishment, and it's their goal to damage us as much as possible. They've once again entered our house, once again stole our wealth, trying to cut us off from our own children.
Oh, that's very important because we may have trafficked these new people. They needed all the cars and gold and cash and watches.
They had to steal all our money.
They had to steal another 15 million worth of stuff. You know, I'm not saying that's what motivates them. I'm just saying. They knew you were a human trafficker. They stole $26 million of your stuff.
Yeah.
Now they think you may have human trafficked more.
Yeah.
So it's very important to take 15 million more of my stuff. Have you got that stuff back from the first accusation?
No, I haven't.
Or the first... You got any of the stuff
No,
back?
I've not any of the stuff
Any of the stuff that disappears into their little decot bags? Have
No.
you seen any of it again?
Never.
A car key?
Nope.
A single note of currency?
Nope.
I'm not sure anyone will ever see it again.
So
Read between the lines.
So they just rob us
Yeah.
periodically and say any girl we've ever spoken to or flirted with or went on a date with or had yoga lessons from or is the sister of your barber or is the daughter of your gardener, any girl who's ever looked at you and you've ever waved your hand at, you're a human trafficker and they're a potential victim. So they are victims and we're going to make them all victims. And the crazy thing is they spoke to these women and all of them gave statements defending us, saying we've never human trafficked them. Every girl they spoke to said the Tates are nice guys.
But wait a second. We got to court this morning, blindsided with this new arrest. We stumble out of our jail beds, you know, after not sleeping because we have to defend our fucking lives against this assassination attempt. And we roll into court, and I guess we just got their statements and showed them to the judge, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's very interesting because what they did is they printed 127 files of toilet paper.
Yeah.
Literally.
Photos of my house.
Photos of the house taking up 1 page each. Photos of us in restaurants taking 1 page each. 127 files of toilet paper, and gave us half an hour to try and find the girls' statements in these files in 20,000 pages, so that by the time the judge asks questions, we can't show the judge that the victims are on our side. Luckily, our lawyers are fucking incredible and managed to scan everything like crazy and find all the girls saying to DCAT, we're not human trafficked, you're corrupt. And we managed to show the judge. But if we didn't have as many lawyers as we had, if we had one...
اگه تا اینجا ویدیو نگاه کردید خیلی ممنون میشم که کانال منو همین لایک و سابسکرایب کنید و برای حمایت از من زنگوله کنارش هم فعال کنید. بریم سراغ ویدیو.
Piles of paper as big as this room to try and find 1 page from, which they hid amongst toilet paper garbage.
It was in the wrong place.
It was just in loads of garbage. They just put it in the middle of some random pile of photos. Unbelievable. This is a setup. This is a stitch up of the highest degree. Everybody knows it. Listen, it's been 3 years. They searched Hugh Edwards' hard drive. He was going to jail. They found evidence.
Yeah, guilty.
They've been through our hard drive 4 or 5 times. They've been in our house 4 times. They've stolen all of our stuff 3 times. They put us in jail 3 times. I'm losing track. We've been on house arrest. They don't have any proof. So what they're saying is any girl we've ever flirted with, we might have human trafficked, maybe in the future, because we were nice to the girl on a date, we were lover boying her, and we're not allowed to talk to girls or be nice to them anymore, because if you're nice to anybody, they're going to call you a human trafficker and put you in jail.
Oh, so now the arrest warrants start again, because the first files fall into shit. All the people they said were victims either came to court or sent lawyers saying, no, we're not victims. Judge, okay, they're not. And they're about to have a appeal to see if it's going to go to trial or not. And all we have is the original false accusers. That's it. Remember, there's 7 victims. There's 7 victims. No, it's the original false accusers. That's it with file 1. That's it. So they needed more. But the thing is, when this file gets thrown out in October, if it gets thrown out, or if my judge says again, these guys are free to travel, we're not free to travel. Because I'm under judicial control twice. It's like having AIDS twice, in a way. It affects my life 0. I'm still just as free as I was before they tried this shit. Make no mistake. They tried to have me killed in their fucking prison. I'm just as free as before. But if they say, Tristan, you're free from judicial control, you can travel all over the world. It's like, well, you got cured from AIDS, but you actually had it twice. So now I have probably another 2 years, 3 years, stuck in this country, not being able to see my children, trying to run my business.
Guys, we know all of you understand the truth, but you need to take precaution against this yourself. I have to give massive credit to the judge.
Wonderful man.
Massive credit to all of the police officers who know we're innocent and tell us we're innocent when we're on our way to jail. But I also have to give massive credit, to be honest, to the 30 girls, some of who I've not spoken to in 10 years, who stood up for us and said, because, you know, it's easy for red pill guys or masculine guys to shit on women and say women aren't loyal, blah, blah. There's girls I haven't spoken to in 5 or 6 years who told DCAT that they're lying and corrupt and to leave us alone. And I have to give them massive credit. Huge help. If you're a guy at home and you have a bunch of exes who hate you, don't end up in our position, friend, because you're going to be in a lot of trouble. We're so nice to girls that even the ones we don't speak to defend us and stick up for us. And that's the only reason we're not in a jail cell right now. It's absolutely incredible what these people are doing. It's evil. It's corrupt. They know it. They know there's no case. They know they're lying. And it's very important that you at home spread clips from this video as far and as wide as possible so everybody breaks their narrative, because it's only the mainstream media that uphold their narrative that allow them to continue to do this garbage. And they're going to keep attacking us and anyone else who speaks the truth for as long as they possibly can. There's no man watching this who hasn't flirted with a girl. Not one. And if you've ever flirted with a girl, they will lock your ass up as a human trafficker. And what's scary for you guys is we at least have a platform. We can fight back. If they do it to you, you have no way of defending yourself. So it's important we're all in this together as men to understand that the governments are evil. If you speak against them, they're going to use sexual crimes and heinous accusations in an attempt to slander your name, and your ability to speak freely is directly correlated to your insignificance. The second you're important, they're going to try and shut you up with exactly this kind of accusation.
And you know who one of the people doing this to us is? A woman. A woman There's a woman on this team of 3 people. Oh wait, it's not 3 people anymore, is it? No, it's 2 people. What happened to the other guy? He got a huge promotion and left!
The prosecutor who did the first file, once he realized the file was going to collapse, he accepted a promotion and left DCOT.
Oh no, what a shame.
He just left, yeah. He just changed
So
jobs.
now there's 2, and then there were 2. And they're the ones who worked for a year and a half with this new file and this new accusation and investigation, because the idea was to lock me back up for 9 months to a year or have me killed in prison. However, the judge saw right through their trap, and by God, thank God that judge was in his seat today. God bless that man. I'll pray for him tonight.
Everyone at home, our plans will not stop. We're going to continue to tell the truth because truth is disinfectant and light is disinfectant against the lies of the Matrix. We're living in an empire of lies and they fear truth tellers. They're not going to try and fix any of the problems that you face as an everyday person and a normal citizen. Instead, they're going to try and shut up the people who highlight the problems. Daddy is going to the moon. I've told you before, get in Daddy before the real world launches. Get inside the real world, increase your power level. Join our Telegram, join our email list, get access to all of our secret channels where we say things we can't say so publicly. But guys,
I have one more thing to say.
We're in a very scary position, my brother and I, and we're going to beat it with hard work. I believe God will be happy with me if I make my students as much as possible, if I make the daddy go as high as possible. My goal is to make everybody as rich as I can, and that is why God is going to end up allowing us to win, by doing good in the world, being good people, helping the people who believe in us. So join the newsletter for free at CobraTate.com, join the Telegram channel, Tate Speech, join the real world and get your power level up and buy Daddy Coin, because my goal, primarily, as we beat this garbage, is to make sure all of my fans become as rich as possible. And also, do not let anybody insult us or say garbage. Very respectfully explain to them how insane this case is and how they can do it to anybody at home. Anybody at home is vulnerable to these kind of attacks in a system which is as corrupted as this one.
I'm going to say something super not misogynistic for once. I'm going to come to the defense of women. In fact, I'm going to speak up against misogyny. And I think this is a very important point. And I would like everybody at home who's recording this to share my view. If you label a woman in the world a hoe, you're misogynistic, right? But if you label women heinous things, you're insulting their character and you're insulting who they are. Let me tell you something. If you take a woman who's maybe been on 3 dates with me or 4 dates with me, and you label her as a government authority, a victim of human trafficking. Hi, my name's Sarah. Sarah's a fake name, by the way. I'm not talking to my victim. Hi, my name's Sarah. Oh, I've just been labeled a victim of human trafficking. The stigma she's going to face from everyone around her. They're going to think she was shipped off to Germany to work in some prostitution fuck club, that she's been walking the streets, taking heroin, getting dick left, right, and center. They're going to think she's stupid. They're going to think she's naive, and they're going to point fingers. Oh, well, why are you a victim of human trafficking? Because I met up with Tristan a couple times and he bought me dinner. That's the actual fact. So let me tell you something about DCOT. This woman and her buddy, her assistant. I don't know who's assistant, but these 2 people, them labeling people as victims of human trafficking, you are putting a smear on these women's lives for the rest of their life. People are going to assume they've been injected with drugs and worked as prostitutes. It's going to affect their future job prospects. It's going to affect their future marriages. This is the most misogynistic thing you could possibly fucking do, and it's evil. Forget what you're calling me. You just labeled 33 new people victims of human trafficking. And I'm not telling these ladies to do anything, and I'm not speaking to these ladies. But for my fans, keep your eyes and ears on the news, because a lot of letters are going to be going out to a lot of angry, young, beautiful, smart women saying, well, Tristan's been arrested for human trafficking you and you are listed as a victim in the file. And many of these women are going to be pissed. They're going to be furious. They're going to contact the fucking media and they're going to let their voices be heard. So fans of mine, keep your eyes and ears open for the truth, because I know some of these women and I know they're not going to lay down and take being slandered and labeled as something so heinous by 2 people who work for DCOT, which should be a respectable organization.
Yeah, they exist to protect the public. They don't exist to get personal vendettas and be upset they lost the first file and invent the second one. Let's go through the super chats. But guys at home, protect yourselves. I mean this. You need to get money. This is now a matter of life and death. You can't just be a law-abiding citizen anymore. The government will destroy you if you do not have money for legal fees, if you do not have good friends and the ability to tell the truth and combat mainstream media narratives, It's important. It's very important now. The only reason my brother and I are alive is because we can speak to you all at home. We can correct the false information. We can correct the false news. And we have enough money to have the best legal teams and take care of everybody who we love. Heaven forbid we end up in a jail cell. You need to protect yourself. And the best way you can do that is to become as rich as possible. We've given you avenues. We've given you mechanisms. We have the War Room, which is a network of brothers, which will help you amplify your message if you're ever in a difficult situation. We have the Real World, which you can join and increase your power level for a free token. The free airdrop is coming for the Real World token. And we have Daddy that you'll soon be able to stake. You should get in now while the price is low, because once staking launches, it's going to 4 or 5x instantly overnight. It's extremely important that you guys protect and prepare yourselves unless you want to live the life of a eunuch and not talk to women ever again, and not have a family, and not be happy. Because if you want to have a beautiful woman that you take care of and have a beautiful family, they're going to use that against you, and they're going to call you a human trafficker like they did to us.
So Svetlana says heroes. Dimitri says total insane Matrix attack. Thank you, Dimitri. Viskuska31 says, I bought a Tape for President's shirt and wore it in Florida. A female asked me if I wanted oral. Then I went back and bought everything. I definitely believe that story. That's got to be 100% true.
Top G.
Yeah, top G. Svetlana says, Allah does not burden a soul beyond that which it can bear. Well, our souls can bear a lot. Thank you very much, Svetlana. We have Joshua saying God always wins. Miss Courtney saying fuck the Matrix. Ataf saying love you guys. Been watching since December 2021. Free the Tates. Also, a friend of mine died in a car accident recently in Toronto. Could you guys take a look at the GoFundMe? Yeah, send it to me on X. I like GoFundMes. I've been banned from there, but I make fake accounts, you know. Dr. Asadin Nizzi says, Salam, I'm a physician from here in the States. I lost my job because I supported you publicly. And I said, fuck you to the hospital. Started my own telemedics company and became a millionaire. Thank you. God bless you. God rewards those who stand on the path of righteousness. Good for you, brother. Last one, Search for Ryan says, both of you are force for good. Fuck everybody else.
All of the money that's donated in Super Chats goes to Tate Pledge, because you know what? These people who are trying to lock us up, who pretend they're good people, trying to keep us from our children and put us in a jail cell, they don't feed starving children. We do.
But that's money laundering.
Oh, it's helping starving children money laundering.
You spend millions of dollars, right?
Yeah.
And what you do is you invest in starving children, yeah?
Okay.
To later sell the children. You see where I'm going?
No.
And liquidate it into funds to buy cars for your friends and colleagues, and then to raise children, which is human trafficking.
This is very, you know what's crazy? The subjectiveness of once you add human trafficking and Loverboy method together, it basically means you can't be nice to anybody or talk to anybody ever again. Ever again.
Pretty much. You have to say, hi, would you like to sleep with me? If they say yes, then it's yes. If they say no, then it's no. Any further conversation is Loverboy method.
Flirting is Loverboy method.
Yeah.
It's absolutely crazy what they're doing. And guys,
I flirt with everyone. I flirted with my female prison guards in jail. I'll flirt with...
I'm a flirt.
Don't sing R. Kelly. Bad vibe.
Shit. And, guys, there's a lot of accounts on Twitter who are constantly pushing misinformation about us. Many of them work directly for DCOT because DCOT are very scared and very annoyed that they've lost the narrative war. And we have proof that they're DCOT agents. So they're literally DCOT agents pushing their garbage. You can ignore them totally. This is not going to last. It's not going to last forever. Nobody believes them anymore. And it's extremely important that we keep getting this narrative out there, that they're lying, that they're corrupt. They would never be coming after us if we weren't telling you the truth.
Yeah. And keep your eyes and ears open, because I'm pretty sure there are going to be some furious women when they get the letters telling them that, one, they're victims of me, and two, that they can't speak to me anymore. That's going to upset them more than anything. So, is that it?
So we're going to rebuild our studio and do a long emergency meeting with a lot of proof and a lot of evidence. We just wanted to update you guys because we just got out of the jail cells.
And we are okay, for all of those asking. Built different.
Well, you know, T, could have gone worse. Another hug?
That's a shame. I was looking forward to some good brotherly jail time, you know? Can't believe it.
Would have been we would have been all right.
We would have been all right. Oh, a few guys say, "Oh, you're criminals. I will get you a sharpened toothbrush." I know fucking Aikido. I know Aikido. You didn't take that into your assassination attempt account, did you?
Think you can't deal with a blinky with a bit of Aikido?
Well, a little bit. What? Got a blinky in jail? What? You think ain't got my own blinky? I've been sharpening my toothbrush all morning. Ready.
Nothing else to do.
Oh, no, what to fucking do.
But guys, we make light of these things, and a lot of you saw my video when I first left the courthouse how upset I was. We make light of these things, but truthfully, it's not fair that for 3 or 4 years we've lived under this pressure and the thought of being raided every single morning and taking our kids from us and the constant legal bills and the constant pressure, constant attacks. Lesser men would have broken by now. And in fact, many men have broken under far less pressure. And most don't understand how the kind of pressure cooker you're in when you can't sleep at night and you understand they are going to come again and you understand they are going to lie and you end up in a courtroom in a country of a language you don't speak and everybody's lying about you. You know what they said to me, to the judge today about me? They said, Andrew has no university degree, so because he's not educated, he has no way to make money besides through crime. And I stood up and said, I'm a world champion athlete and I'm one of the most famous people in the world. Why would I need a university degree? So they paint this picture of me like I'm some scumbag idiot, some dummy with no uni degree. Oh, I'm sorry I didn't go get a university degree.
You're arguably...
I literally own university.com.
You're arguably the second richest man in this country.
I literally own university.com, which is more expensive than any Romanian university will ever be. And they said, because I don't have an education, because I don't have a university degree, the only way I know how to make money is crime. And that's why I take girls out on expensive dates. And that's why I bought my girlfriend a handbag, because I intend at some point in the future to maybe human traffic them, and buying them a handbag is money laundering, because the handbag was 4,000 euro, which is lots of money. And I'm trying to hide my money. The story is garbage. They know it's garbage. They know it's a lie. And they hoped to put 127 files of toilet paper in front of a judge who was not interested in reading it to lock us up. And thank God that judge was honest.
Thank God.
Huge respect to him and huge respect to the police officers who came to us and said when they were in our house, we know you've done nothing wrong. You've just made somebody very mad. Use us as a test case. If you're an intelligent person at home, imagine you're in our position. If you don't have money and you don't have a voice and they're lying about you in the media and you need to pay lawyers that you can't afford and you need to take care of your family but you can't work anymore because you're in a jail cell, you need to prepare for these things. Take our strife and use it as endless motivation to become as rich as humanly possible, because money is one of your primary weapons to defend yourself against this garbage. We've offered you solutions. If you don't want our solutions, find your own. If you do want our solutions, wait for the real world airdrop. That token is going to make every single holder rich. All you have to do is join the real world and increase your power level. Increasing your power level is free. You can join the real world at cobratape.com. I'm going to rebuild this whole studio. Tomorrow I'm going to make some phone calls. I'm going to spend another $100,000. I'm going to rebuild all of this. We're going to be back. We're not going anywhere. We're not giving up. We're not shutting up. We're the voice of truth. And there's no reason to put us in jail for anything we have done. So there's nothing wrong with us sitting down and telling the truth to all of you. And we massively appreciate your support. Please tweet support at us everywhere you can. All the DCAW accounts and all their bots and all their DCAW agents, they're all liars. Everybody knows they're liars. And truth is the ultimate disinfectant, and lies cannot last forever.
Police are here. No, police are here. There's police pulling up at my house right now.
There literally is police here.
Can we go live on a phone? Is that possible?
No, they are here. I can't confirm.
Okay. Right. Well, you film. Shut this down. Police are here.
خیلی خوب دوستان، به پایان این ویدیو رسیدیم. امیدوارم که از این ویدیو لذت برده باشید و بهتون بگم که اندروتیت همکنون آزاد شده و تو زندان نیست. ممنون که ویدیو رو تا انتها تماشا کردید. منتظر ویدیوهای بعدی باشید. فعلا